Hello and welcome to Retrospection, the podcast where we take an old film or TV show and decide if it's an immortal piece of art or should be taken to the beach and stoned mercilessly.
Like Ron.
Like Ron.
Yeah, that's what happened. Sorry, carry on, sorry.
It's alright. My name's Paul, and one day I'll show the lot of you. You'll appreciate that one, won't you?
Yes, I do appreciate that, yeah. Hi, I'm Chelsea, and you can't turn me on and off like a damn switch.
Colin says the same thing to me all the time, but...
Oh, you make me sick. I just laughed at that scene because it was just so silly.
For this episode, you probably can tell that we are missing Colin again. It's a nice little break for me. He's decided to take a trip somewhere. He won't tell me where, but he's gone somewhere. So in his place, I'd like to welcome back Chelsea Moss. Hello.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me back.
This is your third stint in Colin's chair now. Are you a sucker for punishment, or are you just being kind to us?
Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah. I mean, you pay well. I'll get my paycheck at the end of the month.
Right, well, that's news to me, but all right. Yeah. I wish I got one.
I'm still waiting for the others,
Oh yeah, it's like Peter Cushing in Morecambe and Wise. You're going to keep pestering me for it, but you might have a long way. Yeah. So thank you for coming back. I hope that I'd like to apologise if there's any odd stains on Colin's chair because he's got issues sometimes, and so I'm sure you'll cope.
Yeah, I did notice, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. Best not to say. He gets embarrassed.
I've just thrown a blanket over it,
I hope it's a thick one. He'll hate this. He'll hate it. So, on this episode, there is a reason why you wanted to come back for this episode. We're going to be discussing the film Crucible of Terror from 1971.
That's right. Starring Ronald Lacey, amongst others.
I knew there was a reason.
Yeah.
So IMDb says an obsessed sculptor kills a young woman to make a perfect sculpture of her. Years later, at his secluded home, a number of people become trapped in a web of revenge, murder and horror. That's pretty much bang on there.
It.
Yeah,
that just hits the nail on the head right there. That's what happens.
So do you want to give us the cast list, Chelsea?
I certainly will. We've got Mike Raven, of course, plays Victor Clare.
I'm sure we'll discuss Mike Raven at length through this.
Absolutely, he is the film, isn't he? It's his film. Yeah, so he's the obsessed sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the two heroes. We've got James Bolam, absolutely wonderful, and then Ronald Lacey as well. And so James Bolam is John Davis, and he is an art collector.
Mm-hmm.
And he is, we'll find out as we go along in the film, but he basically goes to see Mike Raven's son in the film, played by Ronald Lacey, says, come up to our little cottage hideaway there, and that's when all the fun starts.
Fun, yeah. Alright.
Yeah, absolute, just epic fun. And then we've got, other cast is Mary Maud, she plays Millie. We've got Betty Alberge, John Arnott. I'll just talk a little bit, just at the beginning, about James Bolam. He and Ronald Lacey were friends in real life. They were very good friends.
Oh,
and I haven't been in touch with James Bolam yet. I might, it might come up. I might be able to. I'm hoping to. I don't know how, open he is with talking to weird people like me. And but they were friends in real life. Rebecca was telling me that they actually owned a racehorse together.
Oh, really?
They did, yes, and I don't really know much more than that, except it probably didn't do very well. I mean, but they did have a racehorse together. They were both interested in that kind of thing, and they were sort of very similar in their personalities. They were very private, they weren't really, fame hunger people, and they were good friends.
James Bolam, we should say, for anyone who's not familiar with him, he's probably best known for over in the UK for the Likely Lads, isn't he?
Yeah. And I mean, it's just so nice to see them in a film together.
Absolutely, yeah. It's funny that Ron is playing, because I'm guessing that they're supposed to be around about the same age, Bolam and Lacey. So but he's playing Mike Raven's son in it, and there doesn't seem to be that much of an age gap, really, does there? Not enough to be father and son, I don't think.
Possibly not. I'm not sure how old Mike Raven was in the film.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Ron did. He always looked young. He always looked younger.
Yeah, he did have one of those faces, didn't he? He's kind of cheruby, isn't he?
Yeah, and he was just kind of always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Mike Raven just kind of had an old appearance as well. He always kind of looked old.
He's a strange guy, Mike Raven, wasn't he?
I believe so. Yeah. He
was a pirate radio station DJ for a long time, wasn't he?
He's listed as being a DJ.
And then he had some interest in the occult, and he wanted to become a horror movie star.
And it didn't really work out.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it really didn't. I think acting is not one of his major talents.
No, not at all. I'm sure there's plenty of scenes in this movie that illustrate that, and I'll talk about them when they come along. It didn't work out to the point where, didn't he? I think he actually financed this film, didn't he?
He did. And what was the other one called that he did that Ron was in?
Disciple of Death?
That's the one. That was particularly dreadful.
I did read that film was described by one critic as incoherent. So,
yeah, it really is. It's just a complete mess.
That's not something you want to put on the poster, is it?
No, I mean, Ron, does his best. He always did in those kind of awful films that he did every night. They all do, I think, now and again. Don't the actors? They just make absolute turkeys of films, and that one was particularly bad. And Ron just kind of does it, completely without irony. he just gets on with it. But in this one, it's not too bad. You've got like Judy Matheson, and she's just fantastic. She's a lovely, lovely lady. And you've got James Bolam and Ronald Lacey. I mean, those two just really kind of carry the film. It's great. It's not too bad. It's just kind of Raven himself is just kind of...
He's the weakest link.
He is the weakest link, and he's not supposed to be.
Yeah, well, I've got a something that I'll talk about at the end. I've got an idea that would have made this film a little bit stronger, I think, but we'll talk about it as we go through. And we should say Judy Matheson. Yeah, you say that she's lovely. She is. We interviewed her a couple of years ago on the podcast, and we had such a good time talking to her. It was an absolute pleasure. She's got so many stories as well.
Yeah, Judy has been an absolute lifeline for me about Ron, and she just has, just like everybody else who knew Ron, just has just nothing but nice things to say about him. And she said he just made the whole experience so much fun because he just made people laugh all the time.
He does look like in this movie that he has enjoyed himself, but then he kind of looks like that in all the films he's in, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he got on with everything. He did it all so well, and he enjoyed everything he did.
What you said about making movies that aren't always necessarily going to be great. He was a jobbing actor, but he's one of those people. I think there's a famous quote. I can't remember who said it. It might have been Peter Cushing or Christopher Lee who said that. He'd made a lot of bad movies, but he'd never given a bad performance in them.
Yeah.
And I think that applies to Ron as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it just, I mean, like I said, him and James Bolam were just great in the movie.
Yeah. We should say as well that the film was written by Ted, I think it's Hooker and Tom Parkinson, and it was directed by Ted Hooker as well. I had a look at his IMDb. He's not done a lot, this guy, so...
No, I can't imagine that anybody...
No,
carry on. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, he hasn't done it. There's not a lot on his CV there, is there?
No, there's not.
I've just looked up here. Betty Alberge, she plays Victor's wife and Michael's mum, Ronald Lacey's mum in the film. Mm-hmm. She's got quite a good career. She did have quite a good career. She was in Coronation Street. Let me see. And she had a fling. Who did she play Coronation Street? She played Florrie Lindley in Coronation Street from the first episode.
Oh wow! Okay.
And her character had a fling with Frank Barlow, who was Ken Barlow's dad in Coronation Street.
That's going back some time, isn't it?
Yeah, that was one of her big storylines. Yeah, so that's that lady there with the cocktails in Crucible of Terror. You just wouldn't think, would you?
It's a great performance in this that she gives.
Yeah, she's very, very well established.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let's get out into it. So we open with Mike Raven's character, Victor Clare, and he's kind of making what I would say a human sculpture out of a woman. He's pouring hot, is it lead or bronze onto her?
It's some kind of something, and that actress is Mimi Lai. Mimi Lai. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. And she was born in Burma in 1952.
Okay.
Moved to England and worked as an actress on and off, and she didn't do an awful lot, but yeah, that's her.
Well, she gets immortalised in metal in this film. It's kind of a arts and craft meet occult ceremony combo going on. Yeah. I think it was well shot. It's quite atmospheric. It does its job.
Yeah, it's quite a shocking start to the film, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, a bit of a moment.
And then we go straight to the credits with a good music score by Paris Rutherford. It's kind of its time. This music, it's very Hammer-esque, isn't it? It's that
of its time, isn't it?
This film is trying to be like a Hammer movie, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
And then we see John, played by James Bolam, and he's at an art exhibition, and his benefactors are there. They're a married couple. The wife's played by Melissa Streebling, who I remember most as Mina in the first Hammer Dracula.
She was Mina Holmwood in Dracula. That was in 1958.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she plays this character as if she's kind of attracted to John, right? I thought.
Yeah, it's a bit flirty.
She's a bit flirty. I mean, you can't blame her. Her husband must be about 20 years her senior.
Yeah, I think he's the most northern man who's ever lived.
I wrote the exact same thing.
He's extremely northern, and he's a bit like her dad. I thought it was her dad at first.
Yeah, it is kind of like her dad, isn't he? Yeah. We can say this stuff because we're both northern, but he couldn't be any more northern if he had a cloth cap on and a whippet down his trousers, could he? I mean, he's it's painful.
He looked a bit like he had a whippet down his trousers.
He did a bit, yeah. And taken by a piece of sculpture which is basically a naked woman cast in bronze, and I'm guessing that this supposed to be the woman that we saw just before being made.
Yeah,
it's the same woman, isn't it?
And he desperately wants that sculpture. He
does, but he doesn't know why.
Yeah, he's just psychological, just parapsychological. What am I trying to say? He's drawn to it. He's drawn to this sculpture.
I had a flashback then. You sounded like Colin at 1 o'clock in the morning when he's had a few, trying to get his words out.
I feel like I've had a few. What's the word I'm trying to say?
Paracycle. Hang on.
He's having it's like a phenomenon. It's like
something.
You're never gonna have me back, are you?
I don't know either. So
All right, okay.
We're both floundering.
So he wants this sculpture, and he gets all northern about it.
He gets very northern about it. Yes.
Yeah, and he gets even more northern when he says you can't have it.
Is it a Yorkshire northern accent that he's doing?
I think so.
Is it? Because I don't think it's Lancashire. So.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing.
But then there's a commotion over in the corner, and a drunk knocks over a tray, and it's the artist's son, Michael, and this is Ron, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, and he was definitely acting, because Ron didn't drink in real life.
I think you said on the previous, when we talked to you on the previous episode, because he played a lot of roles that were kind of like this, didn't he? And you think that's where that kind of, all those rumours came from that kind of just stuck. Yeah,
it must be. People still say to me now, he was known for, he died young, he abused his body, all the alcohol. I said he didn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
His family and friends who knew him his friends who knew him very well said he couldn't drink because of his ulcerative colitis. He couldn't do it. But yeah, he plays drunk very well. I mean, he was good friends with Peter O'Toole and John Thaw and Ian Hendry, and I think that's just kind of, he just got sort of cast in with with those chaps, and then when he died young, it just kind of people put 2 and 2 together and came out with 5.
Especially hanging out with people like Ian Hendry and Peter O'Toole. I mean, that's gonna, osmose itself onto you a little bit, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And he I think he owned another racehorse with Peter O'Toole, or they wanted to, I believe. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. I suppose it's a testament to the fact that he was always convincing in the parts that he played that they stuck. But then again, you don't go around calling him a Nazi, do you? That. Well, and he was very good in Raiders, so
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but his face didn't melt off. And, that was all fake as well. He had a face and he didn't drink.
None of it's real. It's all fake.
None of it's real. Yeah.
He's just a good actor.
Yeah.
It turns out that the artist Victor, he lives in a secluded. It's a cottage, isn't it? And his son Michael has been providing the pieces of art that John's been putting into this exhibition, but he's been doing it a little bit shadily, hasn't he, behind his back?
Yeah, a little bit dodgy. I don't think Daddy knew how much he was taking, or if he knew any of it. Yeah.
Gotta say, when we do see the cottage, though, it's not that big a cottage. How did he not know that things were going missing? And how was he getting them out? Down his trouser legs? I mean, what was he doing?
With the whippet.
Yeah. How did he get that? How did he get that massive sculpture of that woman out without him knowing?
Maybe he must have had a shed.
A shed on wheels. Got a shed on wheels. All right.
Yeah, he must have had a little. I don't know. He must have just put him in back at car or just had a van or something. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know this film. Maybe
he got Marcia to distract him while he did it.
Well, yeah, she's very distracted.
She is very distracted. Yes, we'll get to that. And Michael has. We said he's got a difficult relationship with his dad, to say the least. Yeah. We got to Millie.
Yes.
And she's looking at some clothes in a market stall, and she's being stalked by some strange guy that we never see again, right?
Yeah, it's kind of where she buys a kimono.
She does, but who's this guy that's following her?
Is it the ghost of the...
Go on. Go on.
Is it? Maybe it's just the market stall holder. I'm wondering if he's... Yeah, no, he's definitely not. Maybe it's some sort of psychic phenomenon thing where she then buys the kimono because of him.
Okay. All right.
I don't know any other explanation, really, because all of a sudden she buys the kimono after he's been looking at her. And
it is the kimono that the lady that got turned into a sculpture was wearing before she got turned into a sculpture, isn't it?
We believe that it is, because that's what she threw on the floor. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So John needs to get a hold of more of Victor's art to pay back his benefactors, the
northern
fella and his wife,
daughter.
And daughter.
Wife, daughter.
Might be. Who knows? Yeah, it was the 70s,
I'm just okay.
And then he and Michael hatch a plan, don't they, to go and see Victor, and they're going to try and offer to pay for more of his work this time.
And he's not an easy man to get on with.
He's
Michael
not.
Says.
He's not.
He can be a little bit nasty. Yeah.
And I've heard that about the actor as well, but we'll get to that as well.
Yeah.
Michael is reluctant, saying that his dad is, as you say, he's a volatile character. But they go to see him at the remote. They decide that they're going to go and see him at the remote family home that weekend, and they take Millie, who I presume it's never really said, but I'm guessing that she's John's girlfriend, isn't she?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering which one is the blonde one? Is that Jane?
That's Jane, who's Michael's sister.
Michael's wife.
Michael's wife. No, I think she's his wife. I think you're right. Yeah, it's all a bit vague, isn't it?
Yeah. No, she's not his sister. No, she's his wife.
She's his wife.
Yeah. So Millie, I think, is John's partner, girlfriend. I thought they were married, but it could be girlfriend.
It's a good thing that she's not his sister, considering when I just remembered what Victor tries to do to her later in the film.
Oh,
yeah.
That wouldn't be good, because then he would be her dad, and that would just not be right.
No, so he's definitely the wife. So this is unraveling, isn't it? Later that night, Northern Man, he breaks back into the exhibition because he's so obsessed with that sculpture.
Yeah, as Northerners I tend to be.
We do, we are. Yeah, we love a sculpture, don't we?
Love a good sculpture.
We do,
and you love a good thieving of a sculpture.
Tell you, next time I'm back in Wigan, I'll be taking that one of what's his name, George Formby, that's in the town centre. That's mine. That's coming home with me.
Yeah. That's your psychology. That's your psychology. That's your phenomenon.
That's right. Do you think he's inside that? Like in this movie? Do you reckon George Formby's inside that sculpture? You don't know, do you? You don't know. I have to look into that.
I kind of hope that he is, but in another way, I hope that he isn't.
I'll let you know when it comes home with me. I'll look into it.
How are you going to get it out without people seeing you? You have to put it in a van.
Well, I'll do whatever Ron did in this movie.
Yeah.
Up my jumper, you know.
God.
So he breaks.
Sort of walk. You just like walk alongside it, you know, and like sort of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like you hide it behind you and then just kind of walk with it alongside you. Yeah, and nobody will know.
Well, if I put a big overcoat on it, I could say it's my dad.
Yeah, there you go.
He just doesn't.
Yeah.
He just doesn't say a lot, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't say a lot, and he looks a bit, you know.
Funny colour.
Stony face. Yeah.
It's got a bit green, but you know.
Yeah, there you go.
But Northern Man, he's murdered.
Sidetracked now.
What was that?
Yeah. I think it's getting a bit sidetracked now.
Oh, don't worry. It's par for the course on here, I tell you.
Yeah.
Northern Man is murdered for his trouble, though, by someone puts a plastic bag over his head.
Who is that? Who did that? Why?
I'm guessing it's the same guy that we were talking about was following Millie.
Millie on the market.
Yeah,
with the shades.
It's almost like there's some kind of connected tissue between certain things in this film that's not there anymore, isn't it? Like either they couldn't afford to film it, like the stuff that they had to lose from the script that they were up against time, but it seems like there's stuff missing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think all the budget went on that first scene with that lovely sculpture of that woman, and then the rest of it was just, you know.
Well, considering that Mike Raven put most of the budget into it himself, then you know, which shows.
You know, a fiver.
Yeah.
A fiver here and a fiver there. Yeah.
I should have asked Judy how much she got paid for this movie, but it's impolite to ask about cash, isn't it? You know. So the group drive up to the country to see Victor, and there's some great Cornish locations in this film. I will say that about it. It looks great, the outdoor stuff. Look cold though, doesn't it?
There's a lovely scene with lovely scene. There's a great scene with Ron and James Bolam just sort of talking. Is it by some ruins or something? Is it by? Yeah,
near the abandoned tin mine, I think it is, isn't it?
That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a really good scene. I like that one between those two because they were just fine actors and just a joy to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, the film then carries on after that scene.
There's a couple of good scenes in this. You know, we'll talk about it.
I know. I shouldn't bash it too much. It's not that bad.
It's not. Put that on the poster. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. We meet. It'll be right. I can remember. I haven't been down south too long, you know. We meet Claire's mother, who is played, as you say, she's played magnificently broken, isn't she, by Betty Alberge, you said is her name?
Betty Alberge, yeah.
It's a great performance.
She is, she's convincingly sort of docile, isn't she? Like she's sort of, infantized. You know, she's got a little teddy bear that she carries around with her and infuriates Victor by taking it to the table.
We do find out later though that she's not as out of it as we think she is she? She kind of knows what's going on, doesn't she? But we'll get there.
She knows more than she lets on.
She does.
Yeah, and I think she's quite friendly with the chap there that lives with them, Victor's friend.
Bill.
Now, does he live with them, or does he just drop round all the time?
I think he just pops round occasionally and stokes the furnace for Victor, doesn't he? Occasionally, as we find out.
Yeah, and he sort of looks after her, and I think we kind of get the impression that those two were in love quite some time ago. And
they had a thing.
Kind of stepped in and and swooped her off her feet, and
Yeah.
You know, wanting to paint her and all that. But that's later on in the film. Yeah.
We also we meet Marcia, played by Judy Matheson, who's modelling for Victor in his studio. Judy's great in this film because she's so dismissive and aloof of everyone else in it, isn't she?
Yeah, she's fabulous. Wonderful screen presence, as always.
You get a sense from her character that she's using everyone here, and it's all frightfully amusing to her. You know, the dynamics between them.
Yeah, like she's almost as sort of nasty as Victor.
Yeah, in fact, I would say she's nastier than Victor. But again, that I've got an idea that I'm going to talk about at the end that I think would have made this film work better. As I said, and we'll get to it. It's a less than happy reunion between Michael and Victor, you've got to say. Michael tells John about, as you said, about the scene with the haunted tin mine that's nearby, and about as he refers to and this is the lady from that's got turned into the bronze statue. He refers to Victor's Japanese bird.
Japanese bird. Well, they've all got one, haven't they?
They have.
They must all have a Japanese bird.
And apparently the Japanese bird is she's the person that got Victor involved with a kind of a strange, weird occult movement that she was into. Yeah,
it's all down to her.
She kind of like brought it on herself, really. I mean, I'm not victim blaming or anything, but you know, she never thought she was going to be turned into a statue, did she? Millie goes for a walk and is frightened by someone throwing stones at her. So much so that she nearly falls off a cliff.
That's when James Bolam kind of says, you know, what on earth are you doing here? You shouldn't be out on your own. These cliffs are very high. Because women in the 70s couldn't look after themselves.
No, not at all. No, I've seen Sweeney.
Yeah, they either became statues, bringing it on themselves, or they fell off cliffs.
You know what she needed? She needed a good northern man like that other guy. He just sorted her out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who was throwing the stones, by the way?
I don't know. The man in the shades.
He's there, is he?
It could have been. Is it Marcia or Marcia?
It could have been Marcia, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It could be her because she seems to like throwing stones.
She seems to, although she's not very good at it. But I think Judy would be the first to admit that she's not very good at it, wouldn't she?
She said that she laughs at that scene so much because of how bad her throwing is. Yeah, I don't know who was throwing the stones at Ron, but it wasn't her.
It works when you cut it together, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, very, very, very clever editing, especially for back then.
And then we get another good scene, and it's the dinner scene.
Yeah.
We meet Kenneth Keeling playing Bill, who's is Victor's friend, and there's a great sense in this, isn't there, that everybody in this house is a bit sort of off centre and a bit strange, and there's a fake pleasantness to everything, isn't there?
There's a lot of tension brewing.
There is a lot of tension, and Marcy just sits at the table in a robe, and she's not pretending to be nice to anybody, though, is she? She's just
it's almost like it's almost like she's kind of moved in. You know, she's. Yeah, she's sort of his girlfriend, I would say, Victor's girlfriend, not just a model. Yeah,
but the look on her face as she's watching everyone else, it's just like, you're all utter just beneath me, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She's on the arm of this wonderful sculptor who's, you know, quite possibly a psychopath, you know. And she just looks so bemused about everything.
And Victor's just passively aggressively insulting everybody, isn't he?
Yeah,
around this table.
Very, very pleasant, lovely to see you all, but I hate you all. Get out.
So now that we've got this first proper scene with Mike Raven, I suppose it's as good a time as any. We don't rate him much, do we? I'm getting that vibe from you, and I think I'm giving that vibe off.
I don't know a lot about the man except sort of negative things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wasn't particularly pleasant or easygoing, like easy to be around. He wasn't very easy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was very sort of insufferable was the word used.
He does come across that way, yes.
Yeah.
And just from his performance in this movie, as we said, he's definitely the weakest link, which is a disadvantage for your main villain in a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, because you kind of need it to work, and it ain't working.
He sounds like he's reading his lines for the first time, like he's not actually read the script before. There's no gravitas to anything that he says or does, is there?
It might. I think the script might have just been on like a little piece of paper next to the camera, and he was just kind of like auto cue, but not any auto cue, just a bit of paper, you know.
Stuck to things, yeah. Little notes stuck to things, yeah. The back of other actors' heads and things like that. When he tries to do something like with a bit of blue tack, yeah.
A bit of blue tack, it's double-sided tape, yeah.
When he tries to do something a bit weighty as well, I find it all a bit comical because he's not got a voice that works. He has the worst speaking voice of any man in film. It's not great.
It's not great. Yeah, he just sounds like there's a few cotton balls at the back of his throat or something. It just doesn't work.
It does.
I think he thinks of himself. I get the feeling he thought of himself as another Christopher Lee.
Oh, definitely. You definitely get that vibe from him, don't you? Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, he wasn't even Christopher Biggins. It just doesn't work.
Christopher Biggins in this role would have been great.
That would have been actually pretty marvellous, yeah. But I believe he's just as insufferable as him.
Oh, is he? All right.
I've never contacted Christopher Biggins. I know he was in Porridge with Ron, but I've just sort of skipped that one. I ain't bothering. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, yeah. So Christopher Lee, he is not, and Christopher Lee would have been so great in this film.
Oh yeah, that could have left everything as it was, and it would have played out beautifully with Christopher Lee in it.
Yeah.
But because we are stuck with Mike Raven, this is where I think. I'm going to talk about. I think the thing that could have fixed this film is to spin the relationship on the head between Victor and Marcia's character. Marcia's, she should have been the villain of this movie. I think there should have been a twist that it wasn't, because you don't see who's making the sculpture at the beginning, and you don't see who's killing people or any of that, do you? And I know the twist later is that it's not even Mike Raven. Mike Raven's character did the sculpture, but it's not Mike Raven that's doing the killing. You could have kept that the same. Keep the main person doing. So you make the person making the sculptures Marcia, not Mike Raven's character, but you make the audience think it's Mike Raven's character. Yeah. You keep the same outcome. It's still going to be how it turns out that who is doing the killing.
She's possessed with a kimono.
Yeah,
the kimono girl, maybe.
Yeah. And it's Marcia that ends up getting killed by the possessed person at the end of the movie instead of Mike Raven.
But Marcia is the one who is actually killed the other people.
No. You can leave everything as it is. But just make you think that it's Victor that's doing the sculpting, but it isn't Victor that's been doing the human sculpting. Okay. It's Marcia, because Marcia's she's really the villain of the movie, and Mike Raven's character is just a bit of a red herring. That would have worked, I think.
Yeah.
You could have kept everything else the same, but just changed those.
Yeah, that would be a definite. It's sort of like I think we're in an age of twists, aren't we? I think that kind of, when I start to watch a film or something like a horror or something, you always think, okay, what's the twist?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it her? Is it them? Really? Are they all ghosts? Are they all just? Are they all in statues? Have they all been made into statues? Are they all? You know, you just. What is the twist? Yeah, so
then you've got two twists then, haven't you? If you did it that way, you've got the twist that it's not Mike Raven that's been doing the sculpting, it's Marcia, and then you've also got the twist that we still have with the possession of the other girl, and she's the one that's been taking revenge.
Yes, because I watched the film and I honestly had no clue who was doing the killing.
Yeah, I'd forgotten, to be honest with you, until it happened. Because it's been a couple of years since I'd seen this as well, and I'd forgotten who the killer was.
I remember when I watched it, I went, "Oh, it's her, is it?" And then that was my reaction.
The problem is there's long periods where nothing happens in this film, so you kind of I wouldn't say drift, but you kind of tune out a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you could call it a slow burner.
You could. You could.
Or just slow. Just slow.
Again, put it on a poster.
Yes.
So Victor shows John and Millie some of his paintings, which John is very impressed with.
Very.
And Millie is taken aback by this urn that she notices on the mantelpiece, and he tries to give it to her. But she freaks out and runs away. Yeah,
it's another psychological, psychic thing.
You might get that word right by the end of the episode, Chelsea.
It's a psychic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the northern guy in that statue. It's Millie with this urn, and she there's some sort of connection with her and this urn, and she becomes very frightened.
That's right.
Runs away.
Victor confides in Jane that he's getting tired of Marcia, although I don't understand how anyone could get tired of Marcia, but yeah. And
probably because she's showing him up.
Because she's what?
Because she's showing him up, maybe. Because she's, I don't know.
I guess so.
She's cleverer. Maybe she's cleverer than him, and he's getting a bit tired of it.
And he can't deal with her, can he?
I get the impression that he's been after Jane for quite some time.
So you think she's...
said at the beginning of the film when he was talking to James Bolam's character.
Mm-hmm.
He said something about he fancies Jane or something like that he's been after her or something like that.
Do you not think that Marcia has been giving in to Victor then? Do you think she's kind of like stringing him along?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay. All right.
It's the other way around. She's playing him for a fool, not the other way. Not the way he is used to women.
Yeah, okay.
He's got the upper hand for whatever reason.
See, that's interesting, but you have to read between the lines yourself, don't you? Because none of this is in the film.
No, none of this is explained.
No.
Yeah, nobody really cares.
So Victor, as I say, confides in Jane that he's getting tired of Marcia, and he tries to get Jane to model for him, and he's a bit creepy about it, isn't he?
Very creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we get another good scene. Count them, there's 3 now we've had, between Michael and Marcia.
This is my favourite scene in the whole film.
I thought it might be, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, because Ron did creepy so well.
Yeah, she finds him lurking in her bedroom, doesn't she?
Yeah, with no light, with the lights off, and she's looking for a cigarette.
And he's clearly attracted to her, but she's repulsed by him, isn't she?
Well, yeah. I mean, Ron was so good at playing repulsive, creepy characters, just the opposite of him in real life.
Yeah.
He was so good at that. Yeah. He played creepy so well, and the scene is just so, ugh.
It is. And you got to say that Judy plays a cracking mean girl, doesn't she? I mean, she's just...
Oh, yeah. It just plays out so well between them, and you wouldn't guess that they were such good friends, off screen.
No. Again, it's just good performance all around.
Yeah.
In a mediocre movie.
It's fun to watch as well.
It is.
Yeah.
We cut to a strange ceremony going on, someone in a mask tipping blood onto somebody. And then we find out it's a dream. Millie wakes up screaming.
Yeah, I wondered what was going on watching this scene. I thought, where the hell did this all come from?
Yeah, so did I.
It's like she's having a vision of what had been happening. There was the urn filled with blood, and she's sort of having, psychic visions.
Look, I suppose looking back at it then, with the kimono and then the hints with the dream and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It is foreshadowed what happens, so we can't say that in that respect it's badly written, because it isn't. Not in that respect. It's just...
You can't say we weren't told it we're a pile of crap. Oh, stop it, Chelsea.
It's a reasonably good script, but executed mediocrely, I would say.
Yeah.
And I'm being charitable there.
The funding wasn't great, and I mean they've got some pretty good. We keep going over this, don't we? They've got some pretty good actors in. Well, very good actors in. But yeah, it just sometimes just doesn't work. Sorry. So yeah, carry on. So she has the dream.
She has the dream.
And it filled with blood.
And Millie confides to John that she's a bit creeped out by Victor.
Yeah.
And then we get...
He had his hand on her leg. He had his hand on her leg for some time. Does she say he had his hand up
that's
for
right.
the whole of dinner time or something?
He does that a lot though, doesn't he? Have you noticed that? He's always touching legs in this movie.
Yeah, Yeah, and her husband, or James Boland, just sort of laughs and says, well, you're very pretty, what do you expect? I mean, this is what we're dealing with in this film. So, yeah.
You've got to say that James Boland's character, he does border on... his attitude to it is not right, is it, really? And he gets worse later when he's kind of just saying to her, just go along with it. You're going to ruin things for me.
Yeah, just go along with it and distract him while I try and make a bit of money.
Oh, that's all right, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was the 70s.
It was the 70s, yeah. You know how many times we say that on the podcast, Chelsea? It was the 70s, or it was the 80s, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you've got this film with these beautiful ladies in them, Judy Matheson, and then you've got Ronald Lacey and James Boland.
Yeah.
And Mike Raven. Sorry, no offense to those guys there. No offense, but yeah.
I know. I see where you're going. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we get Michael drunkenly ranting and raving at Jane.
Yeah.
We've said it a million times, but he's so good in it.
Yeah. And
Jane says that she's leaving, but Victor catches her on the stairs and decides to. And she decides to sit for him instead, out of the blue.
Yeah, so she was spiting Michael, wasn't she? She did it out of spite. I will sit for him because that's going to really make him mad.
Right. And then Victor tries to seduce her, but she rebuffs him.
Yeah.
He touches her leg. Again. And...
well, she's very pretty.
So. She is.
Yeah.
This, again, his reaction when she rebuffs him, and he's like a little kid. It's terrible. It's terrible, isn't it?
She turns him on and off like a damn switch, and it just tickled me. It really did. But
Mike Raven's performance, it's weak would be praising it. I think it's amateurish at best the way and this is where we could have done with a stronger actor in this part. These kind of scenes, Christopher Lee, like you said earlier, would have been great. I can just picture Christopher Lee jumping up and saying the exact same lines, but giving it a bit more gravitas.
Being quite terrifying. I mean, Christopher Lee could underplay, and it would just work so well. Mm-hmm. I mean, if Mike Raven underplayed anything, I mean, he just...
You wouldn't notice him, would you?
Yeah, he wouldn't really be there. No. So, oh God, dreadful. I can't even watch the scene. I've got the film in front of me here. I'm just kind of going from scene to scene, and it's just awful.
It's terrible.
Sorry. So, so she
runs out,
and then she says, "I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here."
But
and
then
he says, "You make me sick. Go away."
It's the way he says it as well. It's just he's like a little kid, isn't he? But then she runs out and she's attacked by someone. And she's quite brutally stabbed, and then her body is dumped out the window, and then shoved into the back of a car and driven away.
Yeah.
So that's the first murder.
As that's happening, you've got shots of people, Judy Matheson there smoking in bed, listening to what's going on. You've got the other guy polishing his swords. You've got Michael drinking, and they're all sort of brooding in bed, all kind of, thinking about things, and all of a sudden she's murdered. Yeah. So who was it? Who did this awful thing? It could be any of them.
In terms of what we know the twist is going to be, that is quite good. It is quite a good twist. I'm trying, all right? I'm trying.
I mean, at the end of the film, I was surprised. I said, oh, it was her. Okay, yeah.
We won't spoil it. We won't spoil it for anyone who has not seen this film yet, because you never know. Once they listen to this episode, people will be rushing out to watch Crucible of Terror. I'm telling you. They will.
It is available on YouTube.
Yeah. Is that where you watched it?
Yeah, it's streaming on YouTube. Yeah, I do have the DVD as well, but it is on YouTube. Yeah.
I watched it on YouTube as well, and I've got the DVD, so it's just easier, wasn't it?
It's so much easier just to flick something on YouTube or something rather than actually getting up and getting a DVD and putting it on.
What have we become? What have we become?
Yeah.
I know. So it's the next morning, and Millie shares a chat with Marcia, and Michael tells everyone that Jane's left him.
Yeah, he does.
Victor then tells John that he knows about the exhibitions and that Michael has been pilfering his stuff away
Yes.
somehow. But he's oddly fine with it, creepily suggesting that Millie could pose for him sometime.
Yeah, in to make up for that.
Yeah, that's what he's getting at. And James Bowen's...
So it will be okay, yeah.
Yeah, James Bowen's character's well up for that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. They value some of Victor's paintings, and Victor passively aggressively attacks Michael again. He tries to stand up to him, but then Victor just wears him down somehow.
Yeah.
I don't quite know how Mike Raven could wear anyone down, but he manages to do it somehow. So again, he's Ron's great acting.
Down by the end of this film. Oh, dearie me. Okay.
And then we cut to the beach, and Marcia and Millie are having fun in the water.
Oh, yes. He whispered something to Marcia, didn't he? So why don't you take her to the beach to
That's
have a little
right.
play?
Yeah.
And he whispered something, and then she laughed quite sort of... They've got a plan of what they were going to do to this poor girl.
I think Marcia's got her own plan of what she wants to do to Millie, though, hasn't she?
Yeah.
It looks a bit on the cold side as well, I've got to say.
I wonder if it was cold. I can't remember if Judy told me that it was cold or not. I wonder.
I think she might have mentioned it on our interview as well. I have to go back and listen, but it looks cold. We cut back to the house, and Victor tells John that he's not interested in making money, and Michael just storms out. So then Victor looks out of a window, and he notices... This is what I didn't understand. He notices Millie and Marcia frolicking on the beach. How close are they to the beach? Because he looks out the window, and they're right there, aren't they?
Yeah, so he's got like a house literally on the beach.
On the beach.
It doesn't look like it's on the beach, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah, that's clever editing there, isn't it?
Magic of movies, you know.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that before. I never even thought about that. Yeah.
So
apparently his house is right there on the beach.
Apparently so. Yes. Let's hope there's no storms like what we've got at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a sudden change of heart after he sees them frolicking, and he says that he's decided that he'll sell some of his work, but for cash only, which John has to produce by the end of the day. So this is a way for him to get rid of him, isn't it?
Yeah, he wants the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we cut back to the beach, and Millie is rubbing some suntan lotion onto Marcia's back, and Judy's all predatory in this, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you take your top off? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we noticed that Michael is just sitting nearby drinking and oogling them, isn't he?
Oh, it's just hilarious. Ron's leg is just fantastic in this scene.
Tell me about his leg, Chelsea.
I don't he's just sat there and his leg is doing some kind of weird maneuver with his leg just over the top. I don't know if that was comfortable or why. It just tickled me. It's just like, wow, the leg.
He is in a funny position, I will say that.
He is sort of relaxing back there, but he's got one leg sort of right over to one side. If these people listening to this, if anyone is listening, I'm sure they might have switched off by now. But if anybody is and they want to watch this film, just look out for the leg. It's great.
Look out for the leg. That's the
Look out for the leg.
Do you know what?
Great.
I think that's the title of the episode, Chelsea. Look out for the leg.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So
he's
he's being creepy and predatory like he always is in these kind of films.
He's having a great time until Marcia starts throwing stones at him.
Yeah. She calls him over, kind of. So he jumps up and drunkenly staggers over, thinking he's in for a right good time. And she starts throwing rocks at him, little stones at him.
And at first he thinks it's all a bit amusing until they start actually hitting him in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all fun and games until you get rocks in your face.
And he collapses into the sea.
Yeah.
And then we cut to John heading out back to town to go and try and raise the money. And when we cut back to the beach, Michael's managed to drag himself back out of the water, only to be bludgeoned to death with a huge rock by an unseen assailant.
Yeah, and we assume that it's Marcia, really, or Victor, because they'd had that sort of row, and you just kind of think,
You're supposed to think it's one or the other, aren't you?
Yeah.
There was a point in this when I couldn't remember who the actual killer was. I wonder whether maybe it was Victor's wife, because that would have been great. They do hint at that a little bit.
That would have been great. I think that would have been a really good ending. I like your ending as well, with like Judy Matheson kind of. That would have been good, but having the sort of docile, strange infantile lady actually being the killer. That would have been good.
It's weird that in an hour of recording we've managed to come up with 2 better endings to this film than they did. But alright. So later Victor's having tea with Marcia and Millie, and he's creeping all over Millie again, still trying to get her to model for him, but she cries off. Back in town, John's trying to raise the cash, and he's not having much luck. He's trying to ring various people, and they don't want to know.
Yeah. He's in his phone box. He's in a phone box doing it, yeah.
In a phone box.
I thought that was interesting, yeah.
Victor is still pestering Millie back at the house, so much so that she goes to her room and she bars the door. So she's getting a little bit frightened of this guy now.
Yeah. And like James Boland's, he knew full well that she's told him that Victor's acting creepy around her. Mm-hmm. He still left her there. Yeah,
I mean, anyone with any sense would get the hell out, both of you, wouldn't you? Really?
Yeah. But no, he left her there and hope for the best. Hopefully, she can sort of soften the blow a little bit. Try and get the money down. Try and what do you call it?
Grease the wheels.
Grease the wheels kind of thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You have to say that 70s and 80s movies and TV of that time do not paint a good picture of 70s man, do they? They don't. No.
Oh, dear.
So we get another... I'm going to say it's a good scene, even though it involves Mike Raven. But it's the scene between Marcia and Victor where... she's just sarcastically teasing him about Millie and Jane. I think they're laying on the bed.
Yep, I've got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But again, Mark Raven just feels like a parrot saying lines. It feels like he's reading it rather than feeling it, if you know what I mean.
Judy's acting and he's not.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get the impression that she knows it as well, don't you think?
Yeah. She's looking a bit bored now, I
think. Should be on our side with the camera. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
George then shows Millie his collection of old weapons, and that freaks her out even more. Yeah.
It's just so random, but
come and look at my swords. He
must live there in that house.
He's got a room, hasn't he? Yeah. Mm-hmm. John then goes to see Joanna, Melissa Streebling's character again, and he tries...
Yeah, she's fabulous.
She only gets like 2 scenes, but she's fantastic in both of them.
She really is. And he's sort of asking her for money and saying... She sort of comes on to him a little bit, doesn't she?
Yeah, you kind of get the impression that she's saying, okay, I might give you the money, but what am I going to get out of it?
Yeah, don't you fancy me? And
exactly.
He's like, well, yeah, because it's the 70s, of course I do.
And he's gonna, isn't he? Because he's a 70s man, as we've said.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
All
men in the 70s fancied all women.
Hey, I've seen
it. That's the way it is.
I've seen, and it works both ways, because all women, didn't matter what you looked like in the 70s, all women fancied all men, because I've seen those confessions films, I know.
Exactly, and all those men in there, those women, they all fancied those men.
Yeah.
Yes, no matter what they look like.
Look at on the buses.
I was just going to say, you've got, is it Reg Varney there? Yeah.
Prime material there. Women couldn't get their hands off him.
Oh, God.
She also reveals, Joanna also reveals, we should say, that Northern Man, her husband, she thinks he's away on a business trip, so obviously the body's disappeared, so nobody knows he's been murdered.
Yeah.
Millie,
by somebody we don't know.
By somebody we don't know.
We don't know who's murdered him. Do we ever find out?
No.
No, I don't think we do.
No.
So she thinks he's away on business. Yeah.
There's a lot of unanswered questions in this film, Chelsea.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so then...
Millie goes for a walk and realises that Victor's kind of stalking her a little bit. He's following her.
Yeah.
And again, more great... Go on.
That shot of Mike Raven standing there, legs akimbo with his hands on his hips. Oh, that's hilarious.
He's like a 70s album cover, isn't it?
No wonder she's lamb. Yeah. God.
And there's more great use of the bleak Cornish coast and the locations around there. All that does look good.
Very atmospheric.
It's very atmospheric. She goes to hide in a cave, and Victor follows her in, and he forces her further and further inside the cave.
Oh, Yeah, it was so annoying, that scene when he's yelling at her to come out.
It goes on a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, it's just so annoying. Yeah, it was the most annoying scene in the film, that one, yeah.
But she ends up getting pushed further and further into the old tin mine, which the caves are connected to. She panics and she takes a bit of a fall, only to be found by Dorothy, who slowly and quietly leads her away. And she helps to hide her from Victor.
She knows where Victor goes in those caves.
Yeah.
And she knows how to get the ladies out of there, because he's probably trying to trap her.
So again, like we said, she's a bit more clued in than what people are giving her credit for.
Yeah, she knows what he's up to and what he's doing, and she knows the hidey holes in there that he's got.
Yeah.
And
because she goes to confront him, doesn't she? She goes to confront him, and as you say, it turns out that she kind of knows what's been going on all along. Then we see Bill stoking the coals of the underground furnace as Millie stumbles in. So Bill's been. How much does Bill know what's been going on then?
I would say quite a bit. But he's sort of in denial, perhaps.
Maybe.
His role in this, I think, is to protect
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Yeah. He seems to be protecting her, and that's why he's kind of moved in as keeper.
Yeah.
Because he's keeping an eye on Dorothy. He doesn't want anything to happen to her because he loves her, and he always did.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. They then take Millie back to the house, and she's clearly getting the feeling that she's in great danger here. Not just that this guy's creepily trying to touch her and stuff. She's actually feels like she's in danger. But again, Marcia just finds the whole thing amusing.
I think we all do at this point.
Do you think that's because the character of Marcia, she doesn't feel that Victor's much of a threat at all, really? He's not
a threat to her. Definitely not.
No. So Dorothy is
like I said, I think those two are in cahoots. I think Marcia and Victor are in cahoots with the whole thing.
What? So you think Marcia even knows about the? About the statue making and all of that going on.
Absolutely, I do. Yeah.
I suppose Marcia's the kind of character that, as long as he's doing it to somebody else, he's not going to do it to me.
Yeah, she's not bothered.
No. So Dorothy is waiting for Millie in her room, and Dorothy's gone back to being a strange, kind of off-kilter character again, where she had that moment of clarity, and now she's gone back to being a bit weird. And she warns Millie that she's got to get away from here. And
because she, like you say, she's a bit more clued up on what's going on.
Yeah, and
she knows what's going to happen.
She tells Millie about a toy dog called Tom Tom, who sometimes bites people that she doesn't like. All right.
Of course, yeah, all very odd, yeah.
And the weird mask from Millie's dream, as she finds it in her bed, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's like she had a premonition, a psychic premonition.
I'm guessing, and we're not really giving it away because I think people have probably worked it out now. It turns out that Millie is the one who's been possessed by the spirit of this dead girl from the beginning.
Yep.
So do you think that Millie put that there herself and doesn't remember doing it? That was the impression I got.
Or maybe Dorothy put it there.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Victor then asks Bill if Millie reminds her of his Japanese friend, as he calls her, and George. Japanese bird, and George doesn't. George says he doesn't see it, and it turns out that not George, Bill. There's too many names in this. Bill. It turns out that Bill. This is where we find out he's always had a thing for Dorothy, as you said. There's a bit of an unspoken thing going on.
Yeah.
John, meanwhile, is trying to get back to the house, but his car's broken down in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so does he have the money? Does John have the money?
I'm guessing that whatever deal he struck with Joanna has worked and he's got the money.
Yeah, because that's not really spoken about either, is it?
No, it's not. But at this point, it's kind of become irrelevant, hasn't it, I suppose, to the movie. I mean, it was irrelevant about 20 minutes into the film, to be honest, so it's not, you know... Back at
he's on his way back.
He's on his way back, but he's broken down. Back at the house, everyone is tensely quiet in the sitting room until Victor comes in and he starts getting weird with Marcia, and he tells Dorothy that she's old and ugly. But then Bill comes in and he puts a stop to it, doesn't he? He actually stands up to Victor.
And that's the first time we see anybody stand up to Victor.
And it's only because he's really laying into Dorothy, isn't he? With really nastily saying things about her.
Yeah, the tension is building even more.
It is. Even more.
Edge of my seat. I was on edge of my seat.
Were you?
Yeah. yeah. I still am.
You haven't moved. It's dangerous.
I haven't moved. I haven't been able to move since I watched it.
John then rings the house and he tells Millie about breaking down, but she's just desperate for him to get back. But this is where he tells her he's more worried about Millie putting a spanner in the works, and he just says to her, like, just don't ruin this for me, just get on with it, just do whatever he wants.
Just does not care, does he?
He doesn't care. So I'm guessing he has got the money, because if he thinks that, he's heading back with it, isn't he? Bill then says that he's going to get in his van and he's going to drive out to help John get back. Mm-hmm. Dorothy then confides that in the caves she's seen, quote, someone. But that's all she says. I've seen someone in those caves.
And okay. And is that the guy with the shades again? Or is it Millie?
I think she's referring to Millie.
Yeah.
In the kimono.
Yeah, so she's been sort of skulking around in there when she's sort of been possessed.
I think so.
Yeah.
Millie then goes back to the forge and finds Victor there. He tells her that he wants to preserve her beauty forever. Why does she... Because she's not possessed at this point, so why does she go back to the forge, the one place where she might actually bump into Victor?
Maybe from what John told her. You know, encouraging her to...
grease the wheels, as we said.
Yeah, be nice to him until I get back. Maybe that's why. Because
she
doesn't seem to be possessed.
No, I felt like this scene just happens out of the blue, doesn't it?
She seems like it's meant to be a bit creepy, like we're watching him do terrible things. She just, she just seems a bit bored.
A bit bored, yeah.
Yeah, she seems a bit bored and a bit tired, a bit hungry. And so she's just going with the motions, really. She's not particularly... Maybe she's meant to be possessed. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It really is hard to tell. You're right.
Yeah.
We cut back to Marcia going to see Victor in his studio, wanting to model for him, but he's not interested. So Victor's back in his studio from the forge somehow.
Yeah, why is it? It's cut from there to there.
Yeah.
For seemingly no reason. Okay, so now we're back in his studio.
Yeah, it's all a bit disjointed now, isn't it? It's all getting
very strange. This part of the film. Yeah. Okay.
And Marcy tries to threaten Victor, but he basically tells her to bugger off, doesn't he? He's not interested anymore. Marcy then goes to Millie's room, and she's very, very contrived with her, isn't she? She's kind of lacing the conversation with vague, poisonous hints about things that might happen or might not happen, and you have to, you're gonna have to watch yourself and all this kind of thing. Like, she's her friend, but there's a little undercurrent of nastiness under it all as well, isn't there?
Definitely, yeah. I still think that her and Victor are in cahoots, but then he's kind of giving her even more of a brush off, so she's angry. So
she's going to go and take it out on Millie.
Oh, Millie, yeah, that's what I'm getting from this.
Marcy then goes back to her room as Victor pesters Millie again about posing. He's still pestering her. And then later, Marcia is woken up by someone that she clearly knows, because when she opens the door, she's like, so you decided to come then? Mm-hmm. And this person throws, is it boiling wax or oil onto her face? I think it's wax, isn't it?
Acid. I'm assuming it's wax. I'm assuming it's that stuff that he was heating up, or that was being heated up. Mm-hmm. And so that was her. She's being attacked. She
collapses on the bed, screaming. And then we cut from that to Millie posing for Victor, who's sketching her.
It's... right, yeah. It's all very strange.
And did no one hear Marcia screaming in her room?
Yeah, because that was quite loud.
It was, yeah. All right.
Loud and painful, yeah.
And then he gets a bit all handsy again, touching her leg, and she runs out, and he chases after her. At this point, it does start to speed up, this film now, because we're rapidly closing in on the end.
Yeah, so John's getting in the van there.
Yeah. Millie ends up in the mines, and she finds Michael's body, because for some reason it's been dumped there from the beach.
And it made me laugh, because why is it so decomposed? It's only been like half an hour.
It's that Cornish water. It's like Cornish water. There's a lot of salt in there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's not been that long since but it's quite green and excuse me, it's quite decomposed.
It is.
I thought that was quite baffling, but yeah.
And then she finds Dorothy, who seems to have cut her own wrists.
Yeah.
And
quite sad. Yeah.
Millie then faints, and Victor puts her onto his table, ready to turn her into one of his statues. And there's a lot of heavy. That's
what we're presuming is going to happen. Yep.
There's a lot of heavy breathing going on as well, isn't there?
And she's wearing the kimono.
She's got the kimono on. Yeah, it's very important that we should point that out, that she does have the kimono on.
Yeah.
Bill and John get back to the house and they start looking around for everyone, but everyone's disappeared. And then they go down to the forge. And
for somebody who's collapsed, she's laying on that table in quite a good pose.
She is. Maybe he posed her.
Who's unconscious? She's got her leg up. I mean, she's doing it quite well for an unconscious person. Yeah, I've seen unconscious people, and I've never seen any of them do that.
So have I.
Even if you modelled them into the shape you wanted, it's not going to hold. So that's pretty good. Yeah.
That's good to know, that, Chelsea. Thank you.
Oh, honestly, blimey, this frigging film. So they come back to the house.
Yeah. And Victor's
dying to know what's going to happen,
as we all are. And Victor is about to start his process when, instead of Millie laying there, it's suddenly the girl from the beginning of the movie, but all melted.
Yes.
With a melted face. And she comes alive, disfigured, and she starts to stalk Victor. And so this is where we get the reveal that Millie's possessed by this spirit of this girl.
The Japanese bird.
Yeah. The Japanese. I'm just checking, because, she attacks Victor with a blowtorch, and he fights her off.
And Mike Raven, you can't tell if Mike Raven's scared or shocked or anything. It's hard to tell, really, because he still looks a bit bored.
Yeah, there's not a lot there, is there, to work with, really?
No.
And just
he's trying to get away from her, I think.
I think he's definitely trying to get away from her.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to discern any emotion or feeling from his face, good luck, because I couldn't get it.
It's hard to tell, but from what we're gathering, she's attacking him.
And just as Bill and John barge in, she pushes Victor onto his own furnace and she burns him alive.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you would do.
Yeah, absolutely. Would that really... I mean, they're kind of just hot coals, though. Would he suddenly burst into flames like that? But, okay. All right.
It looks pretty good.
It looks good. It does look good. It's shot quite well. John is screaming Millie no, so they see Millie, whereas we as the audience and Victor see the dead girl.
Yes.
Later, we get some ambulance people and police, and they take the body away, leaving John at a loss as to what's actually been going on. But Bill explains about the dead Japanese girl and about her wanting revenge. So, like you said, he knows what's been happening, doesn't he, all along?
Well, why didn't he say it at the very beginning of the film?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Why didn't he tell us and save us all from this? He could have just told us. We could have gone home.
And it's a really clunky exposition scene, isn't it?
It's such a silly ending. Oh yeah, well, by the way, this is what happened, and it's like, oh, thanks for telling us.
You don't put a massive exposition dump at the end of the movie and then it ends. Oh. It's like writing 101. It's just, you don't do that, But that is the end, and that closes off Crucible of Terror.
It's a fun hour and a half. It's fun. If you can watch it and have a bit of a laugh about it, like what we have, it's great. Don't expect much, But,
I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you what do you think of it, but you've kind of said, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse. You've definitely seen better, but I have seen worse.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. It's a weird one, this, isn't it? I mean, on paper, it should work better than it does.
I guess so. Like, they're showing the guy at the end being suffocated, I guess, by Millie. It's showing... I mean, why is Millie... Why is she... Okay, yeah, well...
Lots of unanswered questions. I mean, it is a solid idea, the sculpture making... making sculptures out of living bodies, that's a good idea. I mean, it's a bit of House of Wax, but
it's all of revenge from beyond the grave, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the location stuff, and I like the vibe between some of the characters. The way that it's all slightly off kilter between everybody.
Some very strong performances by everyone but Mike Raven. Really? Really? Yeah.
Do you know, I wrote the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you say for something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, they're all good apart from one.
Deary me.
He just doesn't have the skills to pull it off. That's all you can say, really.
I think he wanted to. It was his dream, and it just didn't happen.
He's more snivelling and pathetic than anything else, isn't he? If that's what he was going for, then he works. But that's not what he was going for, is it?
No, I mean, somebody, like, if you play a villain like that, sometimes you can get some pathos and you can actually get some sympathy for the villain. Sometimes an actor can actually bring that out in get that from the audience, and he does not at all.
Yeah.
You end up feeling sorry for everybody else.
That's true, you really do. He should have been the red herring, and one of the other characters should have been the person doing the sculpting, I think.
Yeah. Like you say, Marcia doing the sculpting would have been fabulous. That would have been really good.
Mm-hmm. But having said all that, I do kind of enjoy this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the film right up to the bit where Michael gets killed, and then I kind of lose interest really, because Ron's not there. So
I'm the same. I love the film up to the point where Marcia dies, which unfortunately is right near the end of the film. So I have to sit through all the film, really.
Yeah, she does play a good part. We've said this. She's a strong actress, and she did a good job. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Judy.
So we always ask this question, me and Colin, and I'm going to ask the same one to you. Is it a hit?
It's a hit. It's a hit.
Okay.
Do you not agree? I think it is. Like, it's an enjoyable. You can have a laugh through watching it. It's not so dire that you know.
Yeah. Go on. I'll say it's a hit as well, because I can't say I don't enjoy it.
Because of the strong performances of the other people in it. Really, I mean, James Bolam, Ronald Lacey, Judy. I mean, you can't get better than that.
Shall we say it's a personal hit, but it's not a hit. But personally, it's a hit.
I think for us, we enjoy it for reasons.
For reasons. I think that if you're not into any of the actors that are in it, then probably give it a miss. Give it a miss, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, the northern chap at the beginning was just fabulous. It's a shame he wasn't in it a bit more. It would have been great if he was the murderer, if he turned up at the end.
Just out of the blue, he turns up at the end. That would have been great.
Yeah, it were me. It were me all along.
Oh, she's possessed by the spirit of the northern bloke.
Oh, yeah.
And she has to get all northern.
Yeah.
And instead of having the kimono on, she's got a cloth cap and a whippet down her trousers, and
and a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea. It's got to be Tetley's, though. It's got to be Tetley's, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'd work.
It would. Missed opportunities.
Yeah.
So that is it for this episode of Retrospection. Thank you again, Chelsea. Still laughing there, I can hear.
You tell people at the beginning of this not to bother listening, because it's just absolutely silly.
Oh no, this is top. This is top drawer compared to some of the episodes me and Colin do. Don't trust me.
Oh goodness me!
Thank you for joining us again.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. I love it.
You're starting to rack up those episodes now.
Yeah, we should do Disciple of Death as well. I think that would just be... Now, that is a definite miss. You don't even need to... I'll tell you right now, it's a miss. But we could do that.
Well, we've got the sequel plan then. We'll do that one in the future. So,
okie dokie.
So, where can our listeners find you on social media and all that stuff?
Oh, goodness me. We're still on Twitter, Ronald Lacey Fans.
Mm-hmm.
We're still on Instagram. That's still up and running. Twitter has got the most activity from people. That's a really, really good spot. The website is going to be going live very soon.
Fantastic. And you've been working with Rebecca as well, haven't you?
Yes,
you've been speaking to Rebecca, doing interviews and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, got lots of nice personal photographs of Ron and stuff that she's got up in Wales in his cottage that he had up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I always check in on Twitter and have a look what's going on, and there's always interesting stuff that you post and on Facebook. So yeah, I urge everyone to go, and if you haven't already, check out all that.
No, Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So thank you to everyone for listening. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. I must remember to do that. And join us next time for some more of this twaddle from me and Colin and Chelsea at some point again in the future. So until then, bye bye. You can say bye.
Oh, okay. I was just letting you sign off. Yeah, bye. Thank you. Bye. Wonderful.
Brilliant.